It's your favorite compas, and we are back with another edition of Compas on the Beat. In this episode, we go over the championship round of the playoffs. Plus, we also have our usual segments. But Gilbert, there's only one game left of this NFL season. Don't you have a question for our viewers and or listeners?
Yeah, I can't believe we're getting to the Pro Bowl this week. Very exciting game. The one game, the Pro Bowl. Oh, Super Bowl you're talking about. Okay, my bad. But I do have an engagement question of the week. And it's about our boy, our compa, Dan Campbell. He is in hot water. A lot of people don't agree with the fourth down calls. The two calls there that, they got stopped against the San Francisco 49ers. So that is the question. The engagement question of the week. Did you like Dan Campbell's fourth down decisions? Did you not? Let us know. Fernando, we're okay with it. We'll give you more details on today's episode. We'll find out from Dan. We'll find out from Vic if they like the decisions there. But let me know in the comments. Did you like it? Did you hate it? Because a lot of people did not like it, Fernando. He's on the naughty list right now. So people are crushing him right now. But who cares? We'll get to it in a bit. And then let me know in the comments if you're on audio, Spotify. Thank you for listening on audio. Rate and review. Get over to the video, YouTube. Give me the comment.
You can't please them all, Gilbert. That's something I learned in this business, man.
I know, Dan. I'm
But
sorry.
I know somebody who did. Well, I don't know. He was kind of on the fence, but I think he was all for it. Let's go to Dan and Daygo now and see what he's got cooking up.
Welcome, one. Welcome all to another glorious day. Shout out to all you guys for waking up, especially if you're waking up with us or seeing us at any point in your day. You already know when this angelic voice, the best voice in Spotify, Google, Apple, whatever, wherever you see or hear the show on the YouTubes, you already know another episode of your favorite program, Compas on the Beat, has dropped. Shout out to all you for riding with us. We appreciate you all. By the way, do not forget, it's a little bit chilly sometimes, right? You need a hoodie. What? Make sure you check out our shop over there at Compas Certified shop. Do not forget to go over there and get all the gear. We got hats. What? We got hoodies. What? We got shirts. What? We got stickers. What? Do not forget to go over there. Get yourself a little something. You deserve it. You deserve it. Shout out to all of you. Make sure you rep it. Everybody know what's the best program out there. Be a compa, tell a compa. And also, do not forget, you like what you see from the program, from the little house of horns that we do? What? That little what's up bolts we do? What? That little combat compass we do? What? That little compass on the beat show that we do? What? We got a PayPal. Link is in the description. Obviously, we appreciate all you guys. We love you guys. Any way you can help us, any way you can send a little bit of cash or money our way. All it goes is that buying equipment, trying to get housing for special events like the Super Bowl or things like that. It goes a long way. And shout out to all you for being on this ride with us to create the Compas on the Beat Network, to grow the Compas on the Beat Network. Shout out to all you for coming in today and listening to this episode. We appreciate and love you guys. But enough of the dilly-dally, Dan and Daygo. They didn't come in here to hear me ramble right now by myself. Let's get on to the program. You already know Gilberto and I are trading blows like freaking the heavyweight champs of the world in a boxing match. You already know we're going at it about the games over the weekend, talking about live, talking about everything, head coaching changes, everything. You already know under the sun, we're going to talk about everything. So shout out to all you for being here with us. Shout out to all you for riding with us. Be a compa, tell a compa. But anyway, let's get on to the program.
Ooh, welcome to Compas on the Beat. I'm Fernando Ramirez. I cover the Chargers for the Sporting Tribune. With me, as always, my co-host, my tag team partner, Gilbert Manzano. He covers the NFL for Sports Illustrated. What's up, bro?
What's up, Fernando? A lot going on, getting back from Santa Clara after covering the NFC title game, 49ers, Lions. But where my mind's at right now? I'm ready to go to Las Vegas to cover the Super Bowl, get to Super Bowl Radio Row, get a bunch of content out there. And I'm telling you, we need the whole, what is it, the Triple Crown, a UFC fighter, a boxing fighter, and a WWE superstar, or AEW. That's okay too. Sorry, Tony Khan, you're watching. But yeah, I'm excited for Super Bowl Radio Row, and I'm ready. We're gonna do a little less this week on the network here in Compas on the Beat, but we had to get the Four Compas together, right?
No, exactly. Especially because I mean, you saw Jorge asked on the live, like, well, people were wondering what opinions are, so opinions will be thrown out there. I'm sure. I'm sure you're waiting eagerly, Gilbert, for something, but I I think I mean, just the atmosphere of the game, like you said on the live, just crazy, huh?
Yeah, no, it was it started, very, exciting in the pregame. Everybody's hyped up. Both fan bases were there eager for their franchise to get to the Super Bowl. And, Fernando, I was surprised how many Lion fans were out there. It's not a knock on 49er fans. There was a bunch of them out there. Obviously, they dominated. It was like, I'll say like 70-30. And for a big time game like that in Santa Clara, not San Francisco, I thought it'd be more like 80-20. A lot of Lion fans out there. And in the pregame, they kept chanting Jared Goff, and we all have seen the videos there too. But hanging out with Birdman and Jerry Rice, taking the videos out there was pretty cool too.
Birdman. Yeah, no,
Yeah.
but we'll see. All right, let's get the guys in here. Let's not make them wait any longer and see what they thought of this weekend. Vic, how are you doing? I think I saw you were with Alonso watching the 49ers game.
Yeah, I had told him
How was
he man, that first half was rough, man. Like I felt for him. I kept looking at him and he's like then
Por tu maldito amor.
it was rough, man. And then he like at halftime, he's like, "Hey, Big," he's like, "What adjustments can they make?" I was like, "Well, you need to score in the first drive and then go from there." But Gilbert kind of said it. I mean, it was he was really nervous. He put on his jacket. It was rough, like I
That's
said.
where
And
superstitions come out, Gilbert.
yeah, I give him credit, man. He hung in there because it was tough. There was a lot of Lions fans in that bar too. Like people were rooting for the Lions, and rightfully so. Like he even said, like if I wasn't a 49ers fans, I'd be rooting for the Lions too and their story.
All about journeys. Don't stop believing. All right.
Yep.
Speaking of stories, I mean, this guy had probably a mixed week, I'm sure, especially with everything that happened last
I
week.
think a bad week all around because he's a big Dan Campbell guy too. So I don't know.
No, but I mean, Jim Harbaugh was hired with the
yeah.
Chargers,
You can't,
so,
that should
I
defeat
mean,
everything. That trumps everything.
We'll see. What do you think, Gilbert? Do you think he comes in a good mood or in a bad mood?
I'll say good because you reminded him about Jim Harbaugh. I'll say that.
I say bad mood.
Your boy is here. Your boy is here. Let me tell you something. Let me say it for Frown. Let me talk to you real quick. Just like that freaking Lions game, the first half of my week, I was sky high. I said, times are changing. We are moving on up. Call me the damn Jeffersons. I am fired up. And then, of course, we're going to get into the games, right? I don't have to go through all my picks right now.
Yeah.
No, we're not going to. We're not going to get into any of the games.
Oh, bull. I have a lot. I feel like CM Punk now. I got a lot of things on my mind that I need to get off my chest. But anyway, Harbaugh coming. I just don't know. I already got all the juices out, so I'm not going to say the F-bomb this time. I'll leave that to Gilberto when I get him fired up. But who's got it better than us? Freaking nobody. You have no idea in this chat how much hate I was getting. I was telling them all. I put them all on notice as soon as I heard he was hired. I said, kick me while I'm down, because let me tell you something. Your reign of terror is over. Everybody else is irrelevant. This is not the same old Chargers. This is a second coming. This is,
Well, wouldn't it be the first coming?
Shut up, idiots. They haven't always been asked. There were sometimes where
they've never won a Super Bowl, so I don't.
Here we go. Here we go with this manure. Anyway, the point is, new regime, new sheriff in town. He's not going to put up with all this crap. I'm not going to say the percentage of I think players were going to get cut, but let's just say we're going to see a lot of new faces. We are the standard went from right here to all the way up here. We are freaking gonna get. I can't wait for the first video of Jack Harbaugh getting everybody fired up. That's what I'm waiting for.
By the way, Dan, did you see what
I-
happened yesterday at the stadium between Jim Harbaugh and Patrick Mahomes?
Oh, he better not have touched my head coach. He better not have touched my head coach.
I have video of what happened. So up at a certain individual.
Right. Yeah, we're coming. Let me tell you something. Their reign of terror is over, dude. If I was them, I would be very nervous. That's why I'm trying.
Well,
to
not over yet. There's a Super Bowl, and then after it's over.
Hey.
Sorry,
guy. We're already trying to get into this. I'm trying to just keep rolling on the Harbaugh thing. Then, of course, I wanted to walk in front of a bus and kiss it over the weekend because a team failed me. The lesser Harbaugh failed me. And we're going to get into it, I assume. I don't want to give away all my takes. But, yeah,
Real
not
quick,
happy.
I wanted to know what you thought about what he said about that he was starstruck when he met with Herbert.
Can I just tell you something? I have the best quarterback in the league. I don't care what any of these idiots tell me. You know, Jimmy knows it. Jimbo, James, Jimothy. I'll stick with Jim. Jim knows it. He's got the best quarterback in the league. He's gonna, you know, I just don't know what to say. I'm trying not to cuss. I'm so fired up. This is the first time I've actually had some real hope where it's not like, oh, maybe we'll see. We'll see what happens. But, you know, this is going to be pretty damn good. Everybody better be ready. I think they're nervous. And once again, the lesser Harbaugh. This is exactly why I don't buy into the hype of the lesser Harbaugh, but it is.
Dan,
on that one.
Should Gilbert be allowed at SoFi Stadium?
No. You don't cover the Chargers anymore, guy. You are nowhere near.
I haven't been there, and
you are nowhere. And that's exactly.
I didn't do anything.
No more bad jujus. No more bad mojo.
Well, if I meet him, I'll shake his hand and maybe.
No, don't you dare touch him. It's already bad enough.
Take the picture of Fernando if he does shake my hand.
You probably talked to Herbert at some point this year, huh? That's why he got hurt. It was your fault.
Actually, no, I didn't talk to him all year. There you go.
I don't buy it. Fernando. He did something. He's probably got some voodoo dolls over there doing some black magic.
I did chat with Austin Eckler and Brandon Staley a couple times.
So that's why that went the way that went. Okay, so it was you.
Yeah.
Look at you.
Finding ways to blame me.
I find new ones all the time. It's unbelievable. But, you know, it's a new dawn. It's a new beginning. And I am so fired up, dude. The AFC West doesn't even matter. It's ours.
All right. Speaking of the Kansas City Chiefs and Patrick Mahomes, they obviously beat the Baltimore Ravens.
Let's get into this. Let's not wait. I don't need a setup. Let's go.
17-10. No turnovers from the Chiefs. Obviously, on the other side, there was a fumble, 2 fumbles by the Baltimore Ravens, and there was an interception thrown. So just a lot of mistakes, penalties, boneheaded plays by the Ravens. But Vic, what did you make of that game?
It was just a weird situation right from the beginning. The way that game started, you knew that the Ravens were in trouble just because you get the ball and you go 3 and out, and I'm like, what are you doing? You're not even running the ball. And then the Chiefs get the ball and they march down the field and score right away. And I'm like, well, this is not going to be good. This is, pretty much what kind of we had kind of gone into before last week when we talked about kind of previewing this game. We said, well, the Ravens are going to, do some things that the Chiefs, won't be able to. Travis Kelce, I thought, was going to have problems with Kyle Hamilton. He did not. I just didn't understand some of the schemes, both defensively and offensively. And I think that was my biggest problem was with this Ravens offense. You had an identity all season long and you went away from it. Why? Because all of a sudden you faced the Chiefs and you thought this is the worst Chiefs team we've seen during this run, this dynasty run or pre-dynasty run, I guess. And for you to just go away from what got you here just didn't make any sense to me. And shout out to the Chiefs. They did what they needed to do. There was some there was some mistakes there by the Chiefs, but outside of not turning the ball over, they got the job done. And like I told Gilbert too on the Looking Ahead show, this is the best defense that the Chiefs have had under Patrick Mahomes. And Steve Spagnuolo deserves the most credit. I understand why Andy Reid gets the majority of the credit, but this season, the Chiefs defense is the reason why they're going to the Super Bowl. I get you have Patrick Mahomes and you have Travis Kelce and that offensive line, but that defense, Snead's going to get paid in the offseason. Like that's the other thing. Not a lot of people are talking about. I mean, this is a top 3 defense in this league this season, and everybody wants to talk about Patrick Mahomes and what he did on the road, which is great. But for me, that defense has been spectacular. All in all 3 playoff games.
All right, everybody, hold on. Gilbert, go ahead.
Oh,
No, I'm
okay.
kidding. All right,
It doesn't bother me. It doesn't bother
I
me.
Let me
know
go
what you're
first because I'm gonna be shorter than this guy. So let me be
Go
quick
ahead.
about. I knew the Ravens were in trouble the second that they dominated the time of possession. Like Mahomes and Kelce were going down the field, just killing that clock, and the Baltimore defense had no answers for that early on. They did settle down, but then that put the Ravens out of rhythm. This offensively, they started panicking. Like Victor said, they weren't sticking to their formula, their identity. That's why I respect Dan Campbell more because they at least did it their way. The Falcons came out flat. I'm sorry,
Ravens.
Ravens, same bird, whatever. Raven.
Yeah.
shit.
They
Same
came out
mediocre
same
team.
crap.
I think the Falcons would have given him more
Yeah,
of a fight.
I know, right? So they came out flat, tense. They lost their composure there, but you can't just treat the Chiefs like they're like this mighty team, this dynasty team, and it kind of felt like that's what they were doing. Like, Justin Tucker, maybe get up the kicker and tell Travis Kelce, "Hey, don't kick my stuff," something like that. I don't know. Don't let the kicker set the tone, but from the start they were there for business. The Chiefs did not care what happened in the regular season, and for them, they got to the point where, I'm not gonna say they could turn on a switch and play well. They just execute it. They just know how to run an easy scheme where give the ball to Pacheco, Mahomes give it to Rashee Rice and Kelce, and then the defense go do your thing. You be lights out, Spags do your thing. You have good coaching with Andy Reid. So to me, it came down to execution, controlling the time of possession. I think it was 37 minutes to 22 minutes. They didn't have a turnover. The Ravens did, not the Falcons. Had 3 turnovers. So to me, it was simple. They were just not ready for the moment.
Can I
Yeah,
just
go ahead.
ask you guys just to set up Dan and Daygo here?
Well, I
Do
was
you
gonna
guys-
let me go real
Yeah.
quick, and then
Yeah,
I want to
sorry
give
about
him.
that. Yeah.
No, you're good. I just want to give him as much time.
Yep.
What I said is the Andy Reid did exactly what he needed to do. He saw the weakness. Well, obviously that Tony, or no, not the other guy, Sky Moore, he got hurt and they put him on IR. But he noticed that Tony was a liability, so he said, "You know what? Boom, you're not going to come back. You're not going to play." That's one side. I've been saying, Gilbert, you saw on the live. I thought I was going to get murdered for what I thought I was going to get butchered for what I said about it, but I thought Spagnuolo deserved a lot more credit than anybody else did after his game plan. What he did in the second half of the last few weeks, literally, that's why I don't understand all this love for Patrick Mahomes and the offensive side of the football. Yeah, they've won, but they've scored points in the second half of all 3 playoff games. I don't think they've come out. I think they've scored maybe 14 points in the second half, or maybe a little bit less or a little bit more, but they haven't really scored, and they were held scoreless yesterday. So I think that's a little bit concerning against San Francisco, but I mean, we'll see. I just don't know if I think Kansas City could get in a shootout. I don't know if Kansas City's good enough to do that, just because that's a little bit concerning. But their defense, man, they have some elite player. Like I said, I think Justin Reid is I think he's underrated. Snead is almost never talked about unless it's like a mistake. I think he allowed his first touchdown last week, so he's been very impressive. He allowed that big catch, but it was him kind of going both ways. But he allowed that big catch on Zay Flowers. He gets a penalty called, and then instead of putting his head down because of the big catch, he punches the ball out, makes him fumble. I mean, just good plays by him. And like I said, Willie Gay gets hurt. Drew Tranquil comes in there, and Drew Tranquil is making plays. Nick Bolton almost had a pick. It would have been a pick 6, I think, if he intercepts coming out of halftime. If he intercepts Lamar Jackson, he might have been able to run it all the way for a touchdown. So that defense is they're very good. And like I said, they lost that pass rusher, but I still think they're a good team. But I thought it was more Baltimore just lost that game. They went away from everything. They didn't run the football well. Their defense did everything that they needed to, except for, like we've said, I thought they should have doubled Kelce, let everybody else beat you. They didn't, but that's just the way of the land. But go ahead, Vic. Ask your.
No, I was
question
just
today.
gonna say, and it goes to right where you ended your point
Spiel.
there. Yeah. Do you guys think the Ravens gave the Chiefs way too much respect? Like it just like even during the leading up to the week, it just seemed like even Lamar was the way he talked about Patrick
I hate it.
Mahomes.
I
Though.
didn't
I
like
did not like
that.
that. I don't like that.
I didn't like.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Thank
don't want
God
to.
I didn't
I don't want to see Mahomes in the playoffs. Lamar,
He said he
don't
didn't
talk
want to
that
see
way.
Mahomes in the playoffs.
Don't talk like that.
Okay.
That matters to me.
So yeah, no,
You let me know
I didn't
when my
like any of
time
that.
is with this new information.
I kind of like the Jamar Chase approach to it.
Yeah.
Talk your shit. F
Yeah.
it. Go in there talking crap. I mean, I don't expect Kyle Hamilton to do it. He's a Notre Dame kid. I don't expect him to do that. But like, there has to be at least one. You should have had Zay Flowers go out there and talk crap. It looks like he's good at it. But like, somebody needed to come out and kind of get the juices going and something. But
When I saw Justin Tucker get punked and nobody defend him, I knew it was the second right there.
No, and then Arthur
just
Moe,
wait.
one of
Just
their
let me
corners,
go.
number 10, he got punked before the game too. He got into it with some Chiefs players. It was like 7 Chiefs players, and it was only him. There was nobody else there. So I even questioned
you
that.
need Trent Williams out there. Nobody's to defend them.
Or Debo Samuel. Debo Samuel was talking a lot of shit about Gardner Johnson after.
I respect it, yeah.
Yeah, so, all right. Dan, the floor is yours. And please, kids show. Remember, there's people out there who watch it who could.
I will let you know. Watch what? It'll be fine.
Okay.
Going back to
there's a certain fan base that
I don't care about them. They're irrelevant. They're irrelevant.
No.
They're irrelevant.
Okay, go.
Just from the beginning of the game, I'll talk about Lamar in a second. Just from the beginning of the game, first off, I think it is disgusting, disrespectful, unbecoming, of not only what these morons did pregame, but the fact that we have media members connected to NFL Network quote tweeting and laughing. If this was my boy or anybody else, they would have been crapping on him and, oh, no sportsmanlike conduct, da-da-da-da-da. And I think, and honestly, if I hated the Chiefs, Mahomes, Kelsey, their mothers, their daughters, their sisters, their everyone else, their dogs, their cats, their fish, everybody else, I think they are gutless, chicken shit bastards.
All right.
for picking on Justin Tucker, who is half of their size. And what's another thing who I don't think gets enough blame? Where was John Harbaugh? You would have thought John Harbaugh was a first-year head coach out here not getting his guys hyped or anything else. I would have been okay if I had Roquan or someone put on an O.J. Simpson jersey, go kick his ass pregame. There's no way I'm going to allow that. If I'm John Harbaugh, there's no effing way I'm going to allow that on my home field in an AFC Championship game. I would rather lose because players defended each other and they beat the dog shit out of those people pregame than allow that type of, grab-assery.
One quick question. Remember, just the information.
Disrespectful.
Don't go crazy on just the information.
Unbecoming.
Relax on this.
They're ruining the sport.
Former NFL lineman Rich Ornberger said Justin Tucker set up on the Chiefs side of the field. Kickers have been doing this on purpose for years, trying to irritate. Kelsey and Mahomes did the right thing tossing his gear. Should have tossed it further. Play stupid games, earn stupid prizes.
Who is this?
Oh, no. Just take the tweet and it's a former offensive lineman.
Let me ask you something, Frau. Let me ask you something. If a child lines up in that zone trying to irritate me because he's a ball boy for the Ravens, am I going to really disrespect him or try and pick on him or do any of that? No, I'm not. They're not even the same size of each other. Let it be another tight end catching passes. Let it be a defensive lineman. In my mind, I would never pick on someone half my own size. I think that's gutless. You're a coward. I can't stand that stuff. That's just my opinion. I don't care what he says. I've been to the Charger games, and they do line up on opposite sides of the field. I don't know why. It is what it is. But, I think it is freaking, again, I think it is so unbecoming of people 2 times the size of a kicker trying to pick on him. I think it's ridiculous. It's not a big deal. He was just stretching. It is what it is.
All right, now the game.
Yeah, John Harbaugh again. I don't think he's getting enough blame. I don't want to hear anything about the DC, the OC. I don't want to hear from him ever again. I don't understand where these defenses are thinking just playing zone against Travis Kelce. I've told Fernando this for 3 or 4 playoff games in a row. I will lose the game. I will gladly lose a game against Kansas City if Travis Kelce has 0 receptions, 0 yards, and it's just Pacheco and everybody else. Does that make sense? I'll lose gladly like that. My game plan worked against one person. We just didn't have the players to do it. It is what it is. You can win like that. But to let him go off in the first half, just ridiculous. Again, not going to their identity in the sense of running the football, being physical on defense. No pressure was brought. It's almost like they were starstruck because that idiot was up there in the box. It's just unbelievable. Besides the fact that, like,
Jason Kelce,
Jackson Mahomes?
No, that's another idiot. He's supposedly reemerged.
No.
Going back to on the field. Here's another one. I don't think he's getting enough blame. I never want to hear about Lamar Jackson ever again. I don't want to hear it. He's not top 5. He's not better than Herbert. I don't care how many playoffs games he has. I've said it all the time on this program, and I was mocked. I was mocked by the one upstairs, not my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, but Gilberto Manzano over there that I don't know what I'm talking about.
The one upstairs.
Keep him in the pocket. Bring some pressure. He's not going to be able to escape. He's not going to be able to make the throws. He made one throw to Zay Flowers, then he disappeared the rest of the game. They didn't run the football. Terrible. And now that you tell me, he says publicly, I don't want to face Patrick Mahomes. What is this league becoming to, honestly? Who the hell says that? Oh, don't even get me started on the missed calls. You see, and this is what angers me. Okay?
Watch 65. Watch 65.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was getting at. Thank you for reminding me. The whole point of the referee, just like in soccer, is to control the temperature of the game. These refs were terrible at doing that. They controlled one side of the field and didn't control the other one. I get it. The Canadians leaked it that it was supposedly Ravens, Niners. You couldn't have that.
Yeah.
I get it. But Jesus God, you couldn't have picked another team. I get it. You want to
Ravens and Lions.
You want to say it's the most watched Super Bowl because a certain fan group is going to watch. You want to double your tickets. It's not like your prices. It's not like you're going to meter. I get it, but this is getting. I told Frau this, and honestly, like it's getting to the point where it's like the NBA. It's so hard to watch this. I didn't even finish watching the game. I went to go play FIFA. Why would I watch this at this point? Like I was pissed off. Like. And I would love to, ask you guys. I never thought the Patriots were this bad. Like, I understand sometimes they got ghost flags and everything else, and you have some of those late calls in the picks and everything else, but it was never like,
that's because we didn't have social media like we do now. It might have been a lot different because
who
of social
knows?
media.
But I mean, they had the media, they had everything else.
There's positivity in your life right now. Remember.
I am sick to my stomach.
There's positivity.
Like, they're trying to make them seem like he's better than Brady.
Pointing at him.
Can't stand it. Yeah, his time is done. I need to say that one more time. His time is done, dude. His time is done. We got some competence over there now. His time is done.
Roman Reigns is Patrick Mahomes, and Cody Rhodes is Lamar Jackson. Apparently,
I swear.
No,
I'm trying to see this positive. I'm trying to see this positive.
Jim Harbaugh was Cody Rhodes. He's pointing at.
That's a better one, yeah. But
I'm trying to see this as positive as even if they win. This is the last one, and we're back. We're here. We're all the way back. We're not dead. But I can't. If they win, I swear to God, I'm gonna lose it.
But Dan, think about it. This is the final year for them. Their reign is over after this year. Who cares what happens? And then next year is all about Harbaugh.
But it's so crazy to me. I don't even think they've been the better team to come out of the AFC.
No,
I don't.
This is what I was telling Dan. I'm like, what's concerning is that everybody's already saying, oh, the Chiefs are going to win. And it's not because of the talent on the field. They're kind of going with, and I'm not, again, a lot of people are going with the conspiracy side of this, that like they're not going to let them lose because she's there. It's Mahomes. It's the whole aura. Like, yeah. I'll tell you one thing. If he really does get down on one knee after the game and proposes to her in front of the whole world, then everybody's gonna know this crap is like completely rigged.
I want to
Like,
tell
if
you
it's
something.
like that.
I want
But
to tell
no,
you
no, no,
something.
no,
To
no, you're
anyone
fine.
listening out there,
No,
I
no.
hope one day I find a woman who looks at me as deeply and fondly as Roger Goodell did Chris Jones after that Super Bowl. That's all I want to say. That is, and again, it bothers me because, besides the fact that they're in the division, I could respect it. I respected the Broncos, thought they were just a well-run team, and mine was not. Totally get it.
You respect
but-
the Raiders too.
Yeah, I do.
You respect the
I do-
history. Silver
I
and
do
black.
respect the history. Like, I love John Madden when he said, when they asked him, "Are the Raiders dirty?" Yeah, so that was his whole thing. Like, yeah, so I agree. Yeah, but anyway, they don't score in the second half. They've already tried to fire Spags 4 times. He's the gosh dang MVP of this whole thing. Like,
he was the defensive coordinator when the Giants beat the
Patriots.
the
Yeah.
17-0 Patriots.
yeah, that's what I saw, something like that. I was like, damn. But I'm hoping this is the only thing I'm hanging on to for the next few weeks until this is actually played. The last time there was a rematch, it was Eagles Patriots. Eagles won. So let lightning strike twice, because I'll tell you right now, I had a lot of trash talkers from 49er fans, some of my buddies. I said, I don't want to hear your voice if you don't beat the Chiefs. It doesn't matter. I don't want to hear about it. Don't talk to me. You're going to get blocked. Insta blocked. But yeah, it's just unbelievable. I don't know why people are so afraid of this team. I don't get it.
Yeah. I don't know.
John Harbaugh. And honestly, that Harbaugh
You had your
deserves
moment, Fernando.
more
You
blame.
paused too much, and Dan took it.
John Harbaugh deserves a lot more blame for this. This is unbelievable. You would have thought they were
I'll take it from
a
here,
Pop
Dan.
Warner team.
I
Yeah,
agree with you
go.
with Lamar Jackson. You could call me out. I expected much better from him. He's about to be a 2-time MVP. When you set the standard this high, you better freaking meet the standard. He did not do it in the playoffs, and you want to crown him as a top 5 quarterback. Obviously there's it's Patrick Mahomes. I'm gonna be nice, Patrick Mahomes, Dan. Okay, Patrick Mahomes is right here, and the rest of the crew just can't catch up. Josh Allen can't catch up. Joe Burrow has the best chance, but he got hurt.
And
Lamar
he beat
Jackson,
him.
He's gonna lose T.
and
Higgins.
Tom Brady beat him. What was that part? Sorry, Fernando.
He's gonna lose T. Higgins also. So
yeah, so like I felt like the year to finally get over that hump. But there were some years where the Patriots didn't have the best roster, but you know what they had? Good coaching, execution, experience, and it's happening again.
I'm glad you brought that up.
Because that nobody wants to hire Spags as a freaking
no,
but he might be one of those guys as a better.
No, he's a coordinator. He's a coordinator.
Yeah,
but just you don't want to just
no,
piss
that's
off
not the same
Chiefs,
thing.
But
I'm glad you brought that up. That is exactly what I've been saying since the initiation of this program about why Justin Herbert is not at that level in the sense of wins and everything else. He hasn't had the coaching. He has not had the freaking.
We're gonna find out soon then.
Yeah, exactly. I'll eat my words. Yeah, it is what it is.
By the way,
I'm not wrong.
Alonzo and all you guys, congratulations. You guys have a new member. Dan?
Bang, bang, Niner.
Oh, yeah. Bang, bang.
Bang, bang,
Niner
Niner
gang. Niner gang?
Niner gang.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Niner
A
gang.
new member, Dan and Daygo.
Exactly. I'm not. You know what's. Oh, well, I'll wait for the next
I was going to say, I always found it weird that he wasn't a Raider fan because he's from Oakland, but whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, who cares?
I can't wait to see what Joe Morley has for the next 2 weeks on.
He's going to be conflicted. I bet.
fan.
I'm sure he hates the Chiefs too.
We might have him on at Super Bowl Radio Row. So
that guy's hilarious.
He messaged me. He's like, "Hey, I'm going to be out there." I'm like, "All right." I'm like,
that guy's hilarious.
Oh, you got a pass, or he's going to be there?
I don't know in what capacity, but I mean, we'll get him on, even if it's just social media.
Even if we have to go outside and meet up with him.
Yeah.
Like seriously, like the last thing, I just don't understand what was running through their minds. Like, you don't bring pressure, you don't run the football. What the hell? How did the Ravens get to?
I thought that was your whole identity, Ravens.
Yeah, exactly. Like, just stupid, dude. Just Jesus.
KIS.
All
right, so
keep it simple, stupid.
Let's move over to the 49ers.
Yeah, let's talk about this
game.
one. I got a lot to say about this one too. Even if people crap on me, I don't care.
All right. Well, obviously, we all know first half, Lions got out to a big start. What was it? 24-7. 24-7. No.
Yeah.
24-7. Yeah.
Halftime.
Okay. Yeah, and obviously, it evaporated, especially after that Brandon Ayuk catch, swung in the other way, and then Brock Purdy was able to gain momentum. They came back and they ended up winning the game, which sets up now a rematch of the Super Bowl from a couple of years ago. Vic, what did you make of that game?
I'll start off with the Lions, and during the looking ahead show, we kind of talked about the fact that I thought the key for the Lions was going to be able to run the ball. I talked about the Niners and their inability to stop the run. The Chase Young, I don't understand why they keep putting him out there.
Yeah.
As long as Chase Young is out
Yeah.
there, they're gonna run right at him.
You
'cause
see the
that guy-
report, by the way? You see that new report that supposedly they're thinking about benching him? I was like,
I
thank
hope they
God,
do
dude.
for the
Yeah,
49ers
find
sake.
somebody. Jeez.
Yeah, I'm surprised. The former Raider, I forget his, I'm like blanking on his name, but he was inactive. He's a good guy to to stop the run, like because they can. Outside of you have I get it, Javon Hargrave. He's a good pass rusher, so I understand that you have guys to be able to stop the run, especially with those linebackers, but. The Lions did exactly what I thought they should have done, and that was run the ball. They just went away from it in the second half. I don't blame Dan Campbell for this loss. Honestly, this is on Ben Johnson and not making adjustments in the second half. And I get it. They kind of
Preach.
like they were shook in that second half. Like I thought about this because I heard it today. I thought about that scene in The Replacements where Keanu Reeves' character talks about quicksand, where you don't know how you keep going down and you can't stop it. That's where the Lions were in the second half, and especially in that third quarter. They just could not get out of their way, and the 49ers took advantage of it. And I'll say this, the biggest key, I know you talked about Brandon Ayuk. For me, it was Brock Purdy's leg. His ability to get
100%.
to go and get the first down a couple of times. I think that was huge to be able to scramble. I thought, and him being able to put the ball, like I know I was critical of him and with some of the throws last week, but this week I get it. I mean, he underthrew Ayuk there, but he puts the ball where it needs to be. He's really good. The only thing I would probably criticize him for is the fact that he's not tall enough. If he was a little bit taller, he'd probably be the perfect guy for, like, that's why CJ Stroud is doing really well in this offense. But like I said, a shout out to him because he used his legs and he was the reason why they won this game. I thought he put that game on his back. And for all the people who, including myself, who've been critical of Brock Purdy, he pretty much shut me up with his performance in the second half.
Dan, go ahead.
I just want to say a few things real quick. Just like I always start half of my, a little bit warmer takes. These are authentic. This is not like for clickbait or anything else. Love them or hate them, I don't care. I think really what this game was, you see experience versus non-experience. This is the first time they've been in the playoffs, period, let alone an NFC championship. Shanahan's already had a few runs at it. And on top of that, like, you could tell in the second half, they took their foot off the gas. Like, that's what was happening. Like, in my mind, and this is something I'm going to eat crow for. Just let me get in front of it because he deserves his flowers. Jared Goff balled his ass out. Or balled his ass off. Like, that in my mind, like, come on, Frown. Compared to, other games, in my mind, he did everything he could to win this game, except obviously the fourth down. Would have rather have had him take a shot, even if it gets picked at somebody. But
he put the ball there, right? I mean,
he threw it into the dirt. He threw it in the dirt. But the problem is, this is why, again, if I'm the Lions, I'm not paying him 40 to 50 mil or whatever else. Like, he has lead in his feet. He can't move. I don't like that. On top of that, some of his throws,
that's what I was telling Gilbert in the live, that at one point San Fran just backed off.
Yeah.
And they were just sending forward because they knew he wasn't going to run and take off running.
No, that's all it was. Like, and like I said, a lot of the throws were there. Just at one point, they forgot how to catch a football. It happens, And the thing that bothers me most about this, in all honesty, is all these, do nothing sideline, kid show, but here it comes, bitches trying to run their mouths about something they have no idea. Like, I'm so sick of RG3 on Twitter. I wish Elon Musk would just deactivate it. It's ridiculous. What the hell does he know about winning football games at this level?
Exactly.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's just so ignorant and it's so stupid. Like, the way he goes, biting kneecap should take field goals. Blah, blah, blah. Like, I can't believe, seriously, and this is what bothers me, and this is what bothers me a lot about society today, the media and everything else. you don't think at one point he said to himself, I can't give him the ball back. I need a touchdown. You don't think that runs through his mind? Are you serious? Just because, you think, or your computer or whatever, that he should kick field goals? What do they always say about playoff football on the road? Field goals do not win games. Sometimes, just like in your lives, you're going to take that risk, that calculated risk. It's not going to go. So what do? You go out being who you are on your shield. And I just want to bring this up, and then we can move on. Or sorry, move on from me, because I don't want to. I'm not trying to dominate the time, but Deion Sanders said it best. I didn't get to where I am by listening to what you guys said. He said this at Colorado. He was like, "You guys talked about me in the league." He's like, "If I would have listened to all you, I never would have been where I'm at. So what am I going to do now as a coach? Listen to you?" Listening to what you have to say did not get me to where I am, and I hope Dan Campbell does the same thing, because in my mind, there was only one fourth down play I had a problem with, and that was, I think, either the first one or something else.
The one to Josh Reynolds.
Yeah, where he dropped it. By the way, we don't want to talk about these guys not making plays. We want to talk about coaches, but it comes down to players making plays also, so that's a little ridiculous to me. I don't see everybody trying to talk trash about Josh Reynolds or anybody else, or Jahmyr Gibbs throwing in the football, like that. The name of the game this weekend was turnovers. Turnovers lost people games. But, that was the only one I had a problem with, because I said, and I told Frown this, I was like, you kick the field goal because you get stopped here. That gives them momentum. It was at the point where it was kind of starting to flux a little bit. You don't give guys momentum. You take the points in that point. Later in the game, where it was a little bit closer or whatever else, yeah, go for it to try and ice it. I totally get it. I respect it. And just the other thing, I really, could not be more bang Niner gang. They're the last chance to save America before a full year of manure. Because I'm gonna tell you something.
Bang, bang,
Niner gang. Is that LL Cool J? I don't even know who that is.
Oh my God.
40. Is he 40?
E40.
My bad. Anyway,
All right, you're done.
I swear to God, if the Chiefs win the Super Bowl, and in that package they try and put some Taylor Swift crap, I don't know.
Yeah,
I'm gonna lose it.
If she would do this to fans that were booing her and stuff, would you be okay with it?
Yeah, I wouldn't care.
Yeah,
That's fine. Who cares? Yeah.
You would
Yeah,
have
look, they're vibing. You see them vibing? Yeah, they're vibing. the thing that is the thing that bothers me, right? Sports is not for the faint of heart. Stop trying to make sports into some feel good whatever. That is like the way I try and tell the boys what football is. Football is the greatest simulation of life. There are going to be times in your lives, just like in football, you work your ass off, you do everything right, and you still don't get it. It is what it is. You got to pick yourself up and move forward on to next week, because, it just happens. You can't. Look at this.
Come on. No more coach speak.
The disrespect.
And Dan said that the one thing he would tell the 49ers is just hit him.
Yeah, take a 15-yarder. There you go. Chase Young, get him ejected. Get one good hit. You know what I mean?
Gilbert.
It's so soft. It's so soft. Like, geez Louise.
I don't want to spend too much time on the fourth down. I feel like I've given my opinion a lot, but you could criticize the plays and who they went to. Josh Reynolds, it shouldn't be Josh Reynolds. I get that, all that.
Yeah.
But the first one that they didn't get, they were deep in 49ers territory. Like, if you don't get it, then obviously you got to play defense, but they're backed up. But they will go down if they get that fourth down. Josh Reynolds catches the ball and they score a touchdown. At that point, it'd be 31-10. Maybe the game is over right there.
Yeah.
So I like that. And then the second fourth down, the momentum was all 49ers side. He needed to stop the bleeding. He needed to kind of, like you said, get the upper hand again. But I'm with Fernando. Why don't you try getting Jahmyr Gibbs involved? Like, if you want a quick dump off when the pressure's coming, give it to the speedster. Like, he has some great plays. Dave Montgomery had 93 rushing yards.
Somewhere you look like you thought he was going to get knocked out of bounds, and he hit the edge
so
well that he got the first down.
They stopped running the football in the second half.
What did they have, a third and 13?
And he got it.
He ended up getting it.
They stopped running the football in the second half. This is why the Ben Johnsons of the world, you always got to be hesitant with.
But I wonder how much that fumble kind of affected them too. Like Ben Johnson, it's like, okay, they're running the ball kind of hurt us there, but all the momentum was on the 49ers side. And even like, say they get the field goal there. Who's to say that the Lions defense can't stop the 49ers? They go down the field, score a touchdown, bleed all the clock, and you're kind of screwed. So
why is no one talking about the defense? In my mind, and this is again a summation of exactly what we saw last night. There's a reason why they're saying Ben Johnson should be hired and not Aaron Glenn. It's not some, it's not some discrepancy there based on who they are or their background.
They had their
It's
moments.
because the Lions are not known for defense. What are they known for? Running the football and physicality on offense and scoring. We've seen it all year.
They're like
Aiden
the weirdest
Hutchinson
team. Like,
Yeah,
he
Hutchinson
was
unknown.
quiet. Hutchinson
was
did not
gone.
do anything.
I mean, did you guys see that block by George Kittle on
I love
Hutchinson?
that. That was
Woo!
good.
That was good. As
I
a
love
former
that.
tight end, I love that.
I kind of feel like I know some tight ends do this. I don't know if all, but George Kittle seems like one of those guys that goes, because Gronk did this also.
Yeah.
They say that some tight ends go over with the offensive linemen and they learn how to block with them.
You have to.
Not
Yeah,
all,
you have
but not
to.
all. You've seen some of the tight ends that we've seen. And the
Oh,
way they
Antonio
block.
Gates, he was
Yeah.
famous.
No, stop
Tony
naming
Gonzalez.
names.
Tony Gonzalez was it?
No, that
I
was
mean,
at that was at
What?
the end of their careers.
yeah.
Either way, what did I say? I didn't say anything that was wrong. All I said was you could tell he was there to catch passes. I
Yeah.
get it.
What was Hunter Henry there for?
No, he was there to block. Gates told his ass, "Hey, Rook, get in there to block." Get out of here.
But
Don't you remember who was it? Was it him or was it? No, it was the other one. No, did he play with Virgil Green? Yeah, right.
I think he did. Yeah.
Yeah,
Every time Virgil Green came on, I was like, Jesus Christ, it's a run play because Gates is off.
yeah, it was. Yeah, it was the year that that Hunter got hurt and they brought back Gates.
Yeah,
Where he
right. It
was
was
like,
the 12 and
I didn't
12
think
and
I was
4.
going to see this locker room again, and
12
and all
and 4
that.
year. Yeah, 12
Yeah,
and 4.
they were trying to get him to. He would have won a ring that year. They were trying to get him to New England to get him and Gronk together. And
I wonder why he didn't go. I would have gone. He would have won that
'cause he
year.
wanted to end his career with the Chargers.
I get it, but at that point, you're chasing a little something. You know what I'm saying? Like that's why I think. And to sidetrack this, I don't know if you guys saw the report today about what Kirk Cousins wants, the multi-year $45 million. He's an
2
idiot.
for 90.
If you are trying to win games, I would not sign his ass. Like that's way too much money.
He's always
Get
been
outta
about
here.
the money. Why change that? He's
Yeah.
made the most money from a lot
Well,
of
But he
exactly.
companies.
That's
shops
what
at
I'm saying.
freaking Kohl's. That's
I know,
the
it's kinda
crazy
weird, yeah.
part.
He's
But
like
I mean, that's
building,
how that's how the rich stay rich.
probably,
I guess.
he's probably
Like,
building churches all around the world, and he needs some money.
Yeah,
I
who
don't
knows?
know.
Maybe missionary work. Yeah, who knows? I
something
don't
like
know.
that. I don't know.
Who
But yeah.
knows? But I would not sign him. I'm not paying 40 for that.
well, I don't know, but the crazy part was that Tom Brady story that they were trying to get Tom Brady. That would have
Could you
been crazy.
imagine?
Gilbert, that's the team I was telling you. I thought they were
Yeah.
going to get like. I thought the 49ers were going to try and get Brady out of retirement, come back one more year. That would have been crazy. We would have gotten Mahomes versus Brady again.
Oh, they
That
would have
would've
been
been-
killed. Because the
Who
thing
would you
is,
have gone for in that game, Dan?
bang bang all the way, dude. But the thing that
LL
people
Cool
don't
J said,
understand-
"Bang bang."
Exactly.
LL
Shout
Cool
out,
J.
shout out, LL. But the thing that people
Remember
don't
when that
understand.
one killer in LA, that serial killer in LA was out
OJ?
there and
Richard Ramirez.
and he looked like LL Cool J and like
never
LL Cool
mind.
J.
Not
Oh,
Richard
yeah.
Ramirez.
Yeah.
I don't know who.
You're talking about
He looked like
the
Raven Simone's dad and That's a Raven also.
talking about
Like
the former military guy, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
He
Oh,
looked
I don't know who
exactly
that
like
is.
them. Some lady actually called the police, I think, because it was
Yeah.
LL Cool J. But yeah, no, this Super Bowl is gonna be. I mean, like I told you, Gilbert, on the live or on the Rapid Fire, I can't remember which one. This is either a Chiefs blowout victory or it's
No.
gonna be a really close
No.
game.
Why would the Chiefs?
The thing
blow
is,
them out?
I
They
don't
can't
think Kansas
score.
City can get in a shoot. Like if it's Kansas City and San Francisco in a shootout, I don't think Kansas City can do it.
No,
I don't think they
no.
have the weapons to get into a
I
shootout.
swear,
So,
Steve Wilkes better channel his inner, whoever the hell. They better figure this out, dude.
Yeah, they
'Cause
better
if
get better
they go-
defense.
If they go down, I don't think they're gonna be able to win this game, dude.
They got carved up by Jared Goff. Imagine Mahomes, so they gotta fix it up.
Bang bang,
Bang,
bang
bang.
bang. Yeah, get the grills going, dude. Get the grills going.
Lastly, before we
CMC better go off, dude.
Anybody have anything else before I do my last thing, or
I'm good.
Anything else?
No,
Yeah.
I know we're not doing burial of the week, but
Go ahead and bury whoever you want.
Yeah, no, I kind of just wanted to get into the whole fourth down thing and how all of a sudden everybody just wants to pile on Dan Campbell, and it's not just Dan Campbell. And as you talked about earlier on the live, it's not. You better get ready for it because everybody's going to start doing this. And one of the things that I really love about Dan Campbell is the fact that he's stuck with his guns about what he's going to be. Remember, this is a guy that nobody gave respect for because of that, because of the press conference, introductory press conference, and now people are trying to, kind of bring him down because of these calls. And as we kind of talked about, it's not on him. And one of the things I always talked about was I never thought it was, or I always thought that it was unfair how people treated Brandon Staley because of the way he did things by going on fourth down. Now, was he wrong to go for it on fourth down from your own 18? Yes, but as it's been shown, going for it on fourth down actually helps you. And as we saw too in the first game between the Ravens and the Chiefs, both of their first scores were on fourth down. If they don't go for it on fourth down, we get an even lower score. I mean, we got 17-7. Who knows? It would have probably been 10-7 or something like that. So I'm just tired of seeing some of the media members. Like there's two types of. It seems like there's two. It's a divided kind of media right now. You have your old school people, and then you have your new nerds, the nerds who are pushing for it, and they're giving you the data. And I think the biggest problem I'm having right now is everybody just blames analytics. Like it's like the way people use it in politics when they say woke is the same thing they do here with analytics. And it's like all analytics is information. We've all used information in the past. That's all it is. And so it's just like, and one of the reports I saw today or a tweet was from Mike Florio, and he was saying, well, I was talking to
doctor.
I was talking to somebody today, and they were saying that people just go for the people who go for it are the ones that are, they don't know anything about football, and they're just doing it so they don't get fired. And I'm just like, look, this is what Dan Campbell has been. And for you to just say that he's just using this as an excuse because he's not a good coach, that is so unfair to him. Like we've seen, how good some of these coaches can be. We've been critical of Kyle Shanahan because all he does is kind of be conservative. He likes to have his play scripted. Same thing with Sean McVay. And now we're gonna knock a guy down who everybody considers a meathead, but is actually using analytics to his advantage. And because it fell in this instant, now we're gonna bury him. So for me, it's just like, let's just either say, look, it's either a good thing that you go for it, or if you don't agree with it, just don't say, oh, I hate analytics, and that's the excuse you're gonna use. So that for me, I'm just burying people like Mike Florio.
Yeah, the good doctor doesn't know diddly squat. He has a show with an idiot Nepo baby who can't say scatter to left, right, tight, F left, 372, Y stick, Z spot. Get out of here, dude.
Nice
that
flex.
guy doesn't know diddly squat. You know what's funny? I learned that just once right now reading it. Or from the last time reading it. I don't even have it up.
They have a lot of different plays and stuff that they have to learn.
Bro, if that's your job.
Oh, well, that's true.
If that's your job,
Yep.
okay? And let's be real. I'd love to see the tape. How did he get this invitation? How did he get his little show on where is he? CBS, whatever?
NBC.
No, Pro
Who
Football
cares?
Or Peacock.
It's
I don't
all
know.
ass. There's a reason why no one watches that stuff anymore.
All right. All right.
I would love to see
All right.
all their views are from airports and restaurants and everything else.
I fear for what I'm about to do next, but
They're
let's go
just
real
making
quick to
this
Una
worse
Más, real
and
fast.
worse.
Dan, God Almighty.
Is this Taylor Swift AI or what? Oh no!
Oh,
More people who don't know anything.
Oh no!
What do you got?
Harbaugh, I'm sure about. It's Herbert, I'm not sure.
How much 2,500?
If it's a 3-year bet, put 5,000 on it.
Ooh,
Wait,
It's a 3-year bet. I mean, what's today?
5K.
Let's bet go down to 2027.
You realize you're betting on Justin Herbert.
But Harbaugh's greater. He's greater.
So he's basically saying He's
Like,
saying-
why does anyone take anyone on that panel seriously? We all know
Okay.
there's a nepo there,
He's
former
saying
players.
He's saying
Why?
that.
Why are we even taking anyone seriously
He's
at this
saying
point?
that they made a bet that Harbaugh says, or Emmanuel Acho said that Harbaugh will knock off the Chiefs for the throne within the next 3 years.
For the West, or what?
And for
Why not next year? That's not
$5,000.
even a bold take.
It's gonna
I
be
know
next
for
year.
real, but
It's
and
gonna
then he's
be
like,
next
but I'm
year.
not sure on Herbert. So that
These
led
guys
to
are
this
stupid.
tweet
These guys are
by former
stupid.
Fox Sports and former Charger Marcellus
years.
Wiley.
Shout
He
out.
goes, in what world? He goes, in what world is a dude that has set NFL records in 4 years the loser to a dude that didn't even play for 4 years in the league? This Dak clown shit.
I don't know why. I don't know why you're betting on Justin Herbert. I'd put the house on Justin Herbert. That's how sure I
He
am.
might have
of
said
him.
it because he knows that he always talks crap about him. But
Well, yeah, but
I don't
I
watch
just
the
saw
show.
that-
I'm just saying I don't watch.
Oh, no one does. That's the point. No
Yeah.
one does.
Well, this is to me. This is Skip
Clickbait.
Bayless always trying to get.
He's trying to find his niche,
Yeah.
and it's the
Yes.
Herb. Like he knows that. That's what I've been saying for like the last few years. Is that Skip Bayless found a niche with LeBron James and being a Cowboys fan. Now everybody's trying to find their niche. This guy's found it with Justin Herbert. He's like, you know what? I'm just going to talk crap about Justin Herbert, and that way people crap on me. But my tweets, because Twitter probably
It's all
pays
about
them
going
for all these
viral.
engagements.
It's all about going viral
And-
now.
Yeah, and
not
it's all about going viral.
information.
Because I think he even admitted a couple of weeks ago that all he
He's a
cares
Bitch
about
made
is
cat. Yeah, I know.
is
I
going
didn't need
viral
him to
and-
admit it. I didn't need
Yeah,
him to admit it. I
but-
know it.
Dan, just real quick, I want to send you on a positive
You
note.
really just trying to piss me off, don't you? This garbage, dude.
No, I'm going to send you on a positive note. Here you go.
4 different head coaches, I think. Oh yeah, bring it.
Yeah, so have you talked to him? I have, and I met him, and Derwin James. I mean, pros, these guys, Keenan Allen. But I was a little starstruck. So
Just say,
there will be some.
There was a name he didn't
say it,
mention.
Jim. Say it, Jim. I just hope everyone got their laughs out of the way because it's a new time. There's a new sheriff in town.
Yeah,
Because
he said
there's
Derwin.
no more.
Keenan, and,
There's no more
Herbert,
nepos in this
so-
office, dude. It's his show. Everybody get out of the way.
So that means Keenan's doing that.
Everybody
AFC
get
West
out
is
of the
gonna
way.
be good next year.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, you just mentioned those 3. I'm sure those are the 3 that he's already met. I don't know what other. I mean, who knows? It'll be interesting to see if at the press conference anybody, if any players are there or what, because it's not in their facility. So that's
Yeah.
what's going to be interesting.
I'm gonna tell you right now, if some of these players are gonna hide because just like Magic Johnson, you ain't gonna be here. It is what it is.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
It kind
but-
of reminds me of what we saw from Deion Sanders when he had his, like, he showed up and then he's like, yeah, like, some of you guys aren't going to be here. So,
Dude, how sick would that be? And that's what I said on What's Up Bolts. Jim Harbaugh goes in there, we coming, and my bags are Louis. How
I told
sick.
there was a report going out there, which I'm like, I don't buy any of this stuff, but that supposedly text messages were sent, and that if you didn't receive
I
one,
saw
you're
that.
not in the plans. I'm like,
Oh,
That's
I'm willing to bet I could find a few people who did not receive text messages. I'll tell you that right now.
but I mean,
are
we'll
his
see.
initials AE?
Oh, oof. Especially not for 12 to 14.
But obviously, make sure you guys are on the lookout on Thursday. Gilbert and I will be at the press conference for Jim Harbaugh's introductory press conference for the Chargers. We will have a breakdown of what he said, what was said, and everything after. So make sure you guys tune in. And then next week we will be in Vegas for Radio Row. So make sure
Shout
you
out.
guys are hit the notification button so that you guys are notified when we release stuff. But Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, probably even Saturday, content will be flying. So make sure you guys are on the lookout. You guys will never know, especially with the way Radio Row is, you just never know who's going to stop by. But again, we appreciate you guys so much. Thank you guys so much. We will be back soon. Again, thank you guys. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Be a compa, tell a compa. But for the time being, Gilbert, sabes que vámonos.
Yeah, it's time to get ready for Las Vegas. Well, I guess not quite because we got the Harbaugh presser and then pack our bags. They're not Louis, but we'll pack our bags and get the car ready, and then we'll head down to 15 free. Get to Las Vegas Super Bowl Radio Row. Stay locked in on the channel here for that Harbaugh live, recap episode, and then all next week. I don't know. Somehow we're gonna do it. We're a 4-man team out here. I love this team right here. We're gonna knock it out the park, or I guess get a touchdown, whatever reference you want to use for what sport.
Touchdown.
There you go, touchdown. We'll
Baseball's
get
not real.
Yeah, sorry about that. But we're gonna get a bunch of content. We're gonna pump it all out. Get the fighters, the NFL players, whatever, actresses, Jackson Mahomes, whoever we're gonna get on this show.
Not Jackson.
We're
Not
ready.
Jackson.
We're locked and loaded. We can't wait. Thank you for all support here on Compas on the Beat. We're growing, and to the top we go. But on that note, nos vamos, pues, vámonos.